Hello and welcome back to the CHC Studios, the home of Center Hill Cards. This is a VR for RJ Collect sets. The subject is what happened on your birthday between uh, famous people being born and historical events. So my day is November 20th, and the following people were born. 1946, Dwayne Allman. He was born um, in Nashville, Tennessee, and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. He was a member of the Allman Brothers Band, and he had top songs including Ramblin' Man, Melissa, Statesboro Blues, and Midnight Rider, which they recorded it as Allman Brothers, and he later recorded it on a solo album. He also played with Derek and the Dominoes, which had Eric Clapton was the lead singer and guitarist. Um, and he was on. He went in the studio and played on their album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, and which he played guitar on most of the album. And the sad result that he had passed away in a motorcycle crash shortly after the release of the initial success of At Fillmore East on October 29th, 1971. And next up, we have 1947, Joe Walsh. He was an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter, and was also experienced success as both a solo artist and a prolific session musician. He was best known as a member of the rock band The Eagles. Um, After he had already um, earlier had been in the band The James Gang, and they had a couple of hit songs. Um, one of them, which is Funk 49, and he had also played with Ringo Starr and his All Star Band. He's best known for his slide guitar playing in such songs as the James Gang's "Walk Away," released in 1971, and their highest charting song at 93. He sang and played guitar on the song "In the City," which can be found on the movie The Warriors, which came out in 1979. The song was later re-recorded that year on the Eagles album The Long Run. Next up, we have Bo Derek, which was born in 1956 uh, with her birth name Mary Kathleen Collins. She's an American actress and model, and best known for her breakout role in the romantic comedy film 10 in 1979. Her other credits include Richard Lang's A Change of Seasons in 1980 uh, and the ill-fated films Fantasies, um, Tarzan, the Ape Man. Uh, both of those were released in 1981. Bolero was released in 84 and Ghost Can't Do It in 89, all four which were directed by her husband, John Derek. And she was widowed in 1998, then married actor John Corbett in 2020. Um, she had how she became Bo Derek was she had used the amalgam of a former stage name Bo Shane and her married name Derek, so she came up with Bo Derek, and that became pretty much her stage name, I guess you'd say. In more recent years, back in 2006, she starred in 40 episodes of the 65 episode telenovela Fashion House. In 2012, she appeared on CSI Miami. She was featured on the role in 2015 made for TV campy horror film Sharknado 3. And next up, we have Mike D of the Beastie Boys. He was born Michael Lewis Diamond in 1965, which he's better known as Mike D of the American rapper, musician, and music producer. And he founded the Beastie Boys, and they had a breakthrough album and that was released in 1986 called License to Ill on Def Jam and Columbia Records. Some of my favorite songs are No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Fight for Your Right, Brass Monkey, and Girls. This album was the first rap album to top the record charts and was the second rap album to reach platinum. So now we're moving on to events. And oh, wait. Oh, one more thing. The last person, sorry, I'm just going to run it straight as it is, and I'm not going to keep redoing or whatever. So just bear with me. So last but not least, we have a baseball player named Tariq Daniel Skubal. He was born in 1996 in Hayward, California. He was drafted in 2018 by the Tigers in the ninth round and overall pick 255th. He went to college at Seattle and debuted in Major League Baseball in 8/18/2020. I made a error. 2021, I think. And his career to date, he has 23 wins, 27 losses, with an ERA of 3.87 and 379.1 innings pitched. He was a 2019 All-Star in the minor leagues. And 2023, he was AL Pitcher of the Month in October. And now we can move on to events and history on this day, November 20th. Starting out from way back, in 1776, it was the American Revolutionary War, where British forces landed in the Palisades and then attacked Fort Lee. The Continental Army started to retreat across New Jersey. In 1805, Beethoven's only opera, Fidelio, premiered in Vienna. In 1820, 1810, sperm whale attacks and sinks the Essex, a whaling ship from Nantucket, Massachusetts. 3,200 kilometers, which is 2,000 miles from the western coast of South Africa. Herman Melville's 1851 novel Moby Dick was in part inspired by the incident. In 1945, the Nuremberg trials, which were a trial against 24 Nazi war criminals, started at the Palace of Justice at Nuremberg. In 1947, the Princess Elizabeth marries Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten, who becomes the Duke of Edinburgh at Westminster Abbey in London. In 1959, the Declaration of Rights of a Child is adopted by the United Nations. In 1962, Cuban Missile Crisis ends in response to the Soviet Union agreeing to remove its missiles from Cuba. U.S. President John F. Kennedy ends the quarantine of the Cuban nation.